what's going on? I'm Tony. This is my 2001 Volkswagen Mexican Beetle, however you would say it. And it needs a lot of work. Now, initially I thought that I got a pretty smoking deal on it. The previous owner was asking $12,000, then he lowered the price to 7,000. Anyways, talked my way down when I showed up to getting this thing for $3,000 Canadian. So you guys can let me know in the comments later if you think that I got a good deal or if I got ripped off. But it was stock condition without the drop spindles, the empty exhaust, the Momo steering wheel. But it ran and drove poorly, to say the least. So I've come up with a list of the issues that I know of for sure, and we can go through them and take a look at the car quick. What I've come up with here is the engine needs a reseal and rebuild 100%. So the motor's got to come out. We definitely did a lot of work to it and got it a lot better than what it was. But it's still leaking a ton of oil. It still runs very poorly. So at least it needs a reseal probably. And I would definitely say it needs jugs, pistons, rings. I think I'm just going to do it when I have the motor out. It's so easy to pull it. That's probably going to be my first job, pull the motor out. Carb, the previous owner has cut the choke plate because he said it was running rich. So I've bought a new carb, but maybe dual carbs. Maybe stick with a single carb. I'm not too sure. There is a small hole in the driver's side floor, maybe like 2 inches by 2 inches, I would say, not even. So I'm gonna have to tackle that, but the rest of it's pretty clean, being from Mexico. The front beam, I had noticed that this wheel is sitting a little further back than the one on this side. Don't know if you can tell. It's also this one sitting out further than the one that's on this side. So after taking a look at it, the front beam's bent. So I think I'm going to try and find another front beam, narrow it, maybe like, I would say 4 inches minimum. That should be pretty sweet. There is a fuel smell. Underneath, there is a fuel pump that someone's put in, electric one, and the fuel line is completely cracked. So I'm leaning towards that being the fuel smell, but gonna have to do that. I'd love to get some round bumpers for this thing, but they're very expensive. So I think for now, cool, easy job. I think just chop these mounts, shorten them, and tuck these bumpers in nice and tight to the body. Obviously ditch these. The steering box is so loose, it's ridiculous. Got 2 smaller tires for the front. The steering box has so much play. So that's got to be, tried to adjust it already and there was no luck. So might need a rebuild on the steering box or a new one. The steering column bushings, those are also cooked, so gonna have to do those. I've picked up a early taillight set, and I was thinking maybe swap those on. They're right here. But I would need rear fenders, and I think there's other things to do before we get to the fun stuff. There's a quality MP header that I got. It's crap. And yeah. So interior is actually in pretty good shape. It's a standard Beetle. They made these up until 2003 in Mexico. So it shares a lot of parts with the 69 to early 70s. The front beam, the interior, the dash is still flat. It's not a super Beetle dash. The seats are actually like Mark II and Mark III seats. So I could swap in some GTI plaids or something cool. Not too sure yet though. But yeah, Swapped in the MP shifter. I'm actually really happy with this shifter. It's pretty sick. Previous owner put in a Bluetooth radio. Only one speaker in the car. But other than that, at least I'm starting with a clean base. Yeah, it's not bad. I'm probably going to do like patina bug style. But it's a pretty sweet little car as is right now. Definitely going to look into a second front beam though in the near future. But I think my next video will probably be me yanking the engine out and taking a look at that. We got it running. If you look at my shorts, it had barely any compression. Ended up being the head bolts were loose, but after driving it a little bit, I think they've come loose again. So I think that gonna need like to for sure do the head studs at least. So I think while I'm in there, I'm just gonna refresh the motor. It's such a simple engine. I'm probably gonna get a fan shroud without these, maybe a chrome one, kind of make it like nice in here. I think I'm gonna do like a bed liner on the inside of the engine bay here because it's already kind of got that, and then just lots of polished stuff. Keep the engine nice and clean. Engine bay mint. I'm gonna keep this Stinger. I love this Stinger. So, but yeah, it's pretty clean underneath. As I said, it's just sweating a lot of oil. So, other than that one hole in the floor, at least I don't have to do rust repair. It's just going to be a lot of mechanical refurb. But I enjoy that, so it's not going to be too bad. I've got a really cool set of wheels too. These are just temporaries. That's basically it. I've got a lot of other projects, so subscribe if you want to see me get distracted and maybe work on this, and then maybe come back to this, and maybe work on some of that. I don't know, some of this crap. But anyways, yeah, stay tuned, I guess. And let me know in the comments if you think that I got a good deal, bad deal, mediocre deal. I'm sure I'm going to be able to find a hell of a lot more issues with it as I tear into it. But as it sits, it's probably not that bad. Pretty cool little car. But yeah, let me know if you have any tips and tricks, maybe where to get parts, maybe what parts cross over to these Mexican Beetles. I'd love to know. So I'm not digging through forums. But yeah, stay tuned. Hopefully you like what you see. And see you on the next one.